Oh my God, I'm so glad somebody finally asked this question. It says, would you in turn reimburse yourself and take it from the dummy account to clear that cash off the books? And this person left the comment on a video where I'm talking about business expenses in a personal account. This is a question I get so often from my clients. Like, well, sometimes I have business expenses that I pay for on a personal card. And we talked in that video about how I record that on the books, because your personal card is not something you want to be tracking in QuickBooks Online or in your bookkeeping. This person asked, what's the next step then? Because they realized if you're recording a bunch of expenses in the cash dummy account that I talk about in that video, then you're going to have an account in your books that actually is in the negative, because those are expenses being recorded to that cash account. And here's how we deal with this. Once a month, I go into the cash account, make sure that everything has been recorded as far as business expenses that happened on a personal card. Here's what I do once a month. At the end of the month or on the last day of that month, I make a journal entry to the cash account, which fills it back up to zero. Okay, so if you have a bunch of expenses, business expenses, sitting in that cash account because they happened on a personal card somewhere, but they need to get recorded on the business's books, you're going to have a pretty big negative number. Adding up all of those expenses and subtracting them from the cash account puts it in the negative, right? So I do the one journal entry at the end of the month, the last day of the month, and I journal entry to bring the cash account back up to zero. You don't want to show that your business has a bunch of cash sitting there that doesn't actually exist. And we also don't want the business to show that it has a huge negative balance in a cash account, okay? When you need to go get a business loan or something like that, the banks and the lenders do look at your balance sheet as well to see what kind of equity and assets the business is holding. Bring the cash account back to zero every single month. You have your business expenses recorded no matter what account they happened in. And two, you're not sitting there with either a really big or a very negative balance in a cash account. Thank you so much for asking this question. Finally, someone asked it. I've been waiting to make a video about this. And if you're confused and you're like, Reagan, what the fuck are you talking about? I wrote and created the Bookkeeping Foundation Kit, which is a DIY digital course teaching you all of my methods about how to set up a bookkeeping system for your business, especially if you're a QuickBooks Online user, how to maintain those books. And I go over things just like this commenter is asking about: the cash account and business transactions happening in your personal account and personal transactions happening in your business account. I go over all of it inside the Bookkeeping Foundation Kit. And you can get the Spiral Bound workbook here on the TikTok shop. I will send it to you directly and you'll get instant access to that DIY course with helpful tutorials and videos with step-by-step instructions on how I set up a new QuickBooks Online account and how I do bookkeeping for my clients. Purchase the Bookkeeping Foundation Kit right here on the TikTok shop and I'll send you the Spiral Bound notebook and you'll get immediate access to that DIY course.